Alright lads, I will show you the simplest way to do a hacking game that opens a door. Alright, so because a few people are asking for that, I'll show a few things as well that you're asking for. Like somebody was saying about two lootable objects that they don't spawn, and I think I know why, so I'm going to test that today as well. So we just need to add all this stuff in just as a placeholder, because you can't do the mission without it. So I'll put a trigger there and we do the lobby camera. Oops, the daisies. I haven't played it in a while, so can't remember. Do that there. Right, we want a team. We're just going to go one for now. Spawn point, and we just put it there. Right, where is a good door? Let me see. If we go to the world features, Erica clucking about, not really. No. Farmhouse. Where's the farmhouse? Ah, what are these called? The something brothers. They're called the Culkin brothers or something like that. I can't remember what they're called. We can do this one, right? So we can do a little hacking mini game on this. Bit awkward to get in, but have I got it turned on? Oh yeah, so you can see the interior. Right, so let's grab a door. Here is a door. Perfect. We're going to press A on that door, right? Once we're in the door, we want to do the default config of locked, right? Because you want it to be locked until you do something. And then you want the alternate config to be either unlocked, which means, I'll show you what unlocked means. Oopsie doopsies. We'll do the default state just to test, okay, of unlocked. So we go here. And we go, oh no, I don't like first person. So unlocked at the moment is the default state. Oh, wait, maybe it's not. It should be. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But anyway, that's the default state is unlocked. Oops, doopsies, I did it again. I keep pressing some button or something like that, I don't know. So we're going to go in here and we're going to go, we have this door. So the default config now is going to be locked. So now it should be locked, right? You can also do the default config of open as much as you want, like that. I think you might be able to open this inwards as well. Yeah. So that's another thing you can do. We set that, but we're going to just go locked for now. And the alternate config, we're going to do, we can do unlocked, but we'll do locked and we'll do this way, right? Interpolate to open ratio is basically, if you have this set to no, the door is just going to go from closed to like that immediately with no animation. But if I have it to yes, you'll see it happening, right? So that's that. Now, the config switch options. This is what happens when you do something. So it goes, the config switch is basically, it goes from default, which is locked, to alternate, which is open, like that. So we're going to put the config of 1. You can do an objective as well. Like if you want a hacking thing, the hacking thing is probably easier for now, so I'll do that. So if we have an object and we go for an interactive, or sorry, objective object. Now we want to go to technology. Is it technology there up the top? And we want to go a finger. Do we want a fingerprint scanner? We could do a fingerprint scanner. I hate the way it puts it down there, but you can override that. I'll show you how to override. So we have a fingerprint scanner there. We're going to override it because that's an absolutely awful place. Where are we going? Up. Oops. I'll just go revert because I put it outside. We want to go up to here. I don't know where that's going to be. So I'm going to go. We don't need that. With the interactables, whatever you call them, you can actually do assign to ground. So that's why I'd rather use them as well. The objective ones are a bit meh. They're a bit not great. So we'll put it about here. Will we? Put it here. Right. This is where it's going. So assign objectives. This is basically just going to this place here. Like create an objective. So I'll do that way. Create an objective. We want to do object. And I think it's minigame you want to do, because it's a little minigame that we need to do. So we press that. We'll pick the objective object, which is the fingerprint scanner. And then you can say, like, click the, I'll do it here, like press, I don't have my keyboard hooked up, press the keypad. You can have this saying whatever you want, press the key, it doesn't matter. Then you get this green thing here, and you can press B here if you want to back out, and then every word is Y, or you can just press B to do that. This is like for the rest of your team. You can say like wait for somebody to hack the thing, whatever. The blip is what comes up on the map. So on the map, this will be key, and then the ticker is when you do it, it comes down the bottom left. You know, some person has done an objective. So this will be like some has done the key. That's all that is. Someone has hacked the key or whatever. So I always do it like that. Now we want to set up the mini game for this, right? So if we go back over here and we go objective setup, we have mini game here because we have an error. Another quick way to get to your errors is just go over to the right here and press A, and you'll go onto it. So what do we want to do? Push button? Nah. Do we want to use keycard? No. Nope. We want to do hacking, right? So now that's not a bad position actually. I'm only about, a few inches off. So we want to do hacking, right? So which variation do you want of hacking? There's loads of different types you can do, with depending on what your item that you use. So we're going to do keypad, and we'll do it. There's loads of these. Well, you can go through them all. You'll know them if you've done them. But some of the quickest ones are like the what's the quickest ones again? Button prompt is really quick, and word hack is really quick. So I just usually do this. You can do this that if you fail the word hack, you'll fail the mission. But what's the point in that? So we have our mini game set up there. We're just going to do a location over here, just so we have like it does the mission doesn't end immediately. That's all that is. So like you can see, you do the mini game and then you got the location. So now let's test this. No, because I'm gonna spawn about a mile away. I want to spawn here. Here. All right. Now let's test it. All right. And you'll see what happens here. Although I haven't set up a flag, so nothing will happen till you set up unless we have the objective set. So that's locked. Let's see what's going on. We'll do this really quickly. Force cyber admin. So it looks like it's force. So we'll do this. Now, did we set it up with the objective? I don't think we did, so it's probably still going to stay closed. It's still going to stay closed, right? So I'll show you how to set that to open when you're finished the mini game. So, oopsies, we need to zoom in a bit. So we have the mini game set up. We want to go over to the door. So we're back on the door down here, the farm door, and config switch conditions is going to be switch on objective. Now, do you want the objective to be the mini game or the location? It's up to you, whatever you want. You can do both, so then it just stays open for this one, because otherwise when you get to the location it'll lock again. So I'll just do both, right? And now we can say team to check. It depends on how many teams you have. You can have any and stuff like that. And the midpoint's good for this one, because if you have this off, literally as soon as you go up to the keypad it'll open. But if you have it on, it should delay a little bit and it'll look more right, because it's like after you finish the mini game, then it will open. So that's that. Shoot, look, I actually haven't done this. I'm gonna try that as well. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's really cool actually. I'm gonna test that now as well. We can learn something together. I don't think these are called the Macaulay Culkins, by the way. Sorry about that, Home Alone. But we go over to the door. 'Tis locked. We'll do the mini game. Oh, it's open immediately. We don't want to do that. So if that's the case, we do have a problem. But we need to do this mini game to get to the next objective. So what you can actually do is go switch on objective, default, and alternate and go to location, because as soon as we're finished this, then it will open. That would make more sense. So, well, in theory, that's what I'm thinking in my head. In practice, probably not going to happen, because it's so finicky. All this stuff is finicky. So you can see, 'tis closed, because we haven't started the second objective yet, which is go to the point. So as soon as we do this and this stops, the door should open. Should look a bit better. Hopefully it's not open already. Oh, here we go. And open. Nope. Oh, because I have midpoint on. You'll see it'll open now once I get this. It should open. But yeah, you can see it is finicky. Now, what's the problem here? Let's see. We'll figure this out. So the mini, yeah, that's fine. Oh, midpoint there. That was the problem. Let's try one more time. I think I still have defaults and alternate config on, so this should be the start of the go to location. So sorry about all the testing, but it is finicky and you need to mess around a little bit. I'm not too sure if the door is going to be open now or as soon as the text disappears for the minigame. We'll see. It's now. Yeah, that's better. So at the start of this objective, not the midpoint. Right, let's try shooting the door lock, because that is really cool. I didn't know you could do that. Where was that in? I've never seen that before. It maybe depends on the door. It needs a door lock. I'm just gonna try this because I've literally never done this. The only thing about this is to get the flag to or to get the next objective to show up, we'll probably still need the minigame. So I don't see the point of that. So let's see. Oh my god, that's class. There is a way to skip that. It'll be very finicky, but it will basically be to set a flag on the door. So I think this is going to work. So config switch options, we don't want that. We want, see, I don't think you'll be able to do this. Alternate config switch mission flag, shoot flag. Yeah, I was going to say if you put a flag on the door of 1, and then you could go to this literally option, go to location, objective limits, and mission flag limit. And if you put the same flag on, it means that when the door is open, it will go here. So I'd either do one or the other. I'd either do the hack or the shoot. It's up to you. What else was I going to show? Let me think. Oh yeah, the double looting thing. This is something that I was getting confused about as well. Right, I'm going to get rid of the door, and I'm going to get rid of the location. Oops and doopsies. Let's see. Oops and doopsies. Right, get rid of this location. Right, now what have we got? Team 1 objective, whatever. Oh, I do need a location because I still have the objective, don't I? Yeah, get rid of both of these. Right, the objective is going to be loot 2 things. So this is going to take a bit of setup. I'm going to use a bin because that's the thing I seem to be able to stack stuff on. So this is the thing I wanted to test. We're going to do 2 bins like this, and we're going to have 2 did I put that down? Didn't mean to do that. We're going to have 2 lootable objects, right? So let me see, what are they called again? Valuables and collectibles. It's not that. Is it collectibles? Any? Here, piles of cash, right? Let's see. Right, we can't put them on the bin, which I think is so stupid. So literally, you just have to put them on the ground or something like that. No, one last do. Literally, you have to put them on the ground and then move them. So that's really annoying. So we're going to do that, which is really frustrating. So which way do we want to go? We want to go over this way. And then we want to bring Z up. So we have them there. Let's zoom in a bit so we can make these a bit more nice. And the rotation is miles off on them. We want to go across this way. We're going to do fine. You hold X for fine. And yeah, the rotation's off. So that's fine. Let's see. We'll try and make it nice. You know what I mean? Now what you're going to do is you're going to set up 1. Because you want to just, for the second one, you should be able to copy the what's it called? I don't think it's this way. This is rotation, isn't it? Yeah, it's just that one. Don't want that. Which way is that? This is the one we want. So we want to do that. Override position, and we want to go down a little bit. So there we go. We've got that there. Right. Can I place here? Whatever. Now, the only thing I could think is the flags and stuff like that. The thing that I was thinking for this is let me see, object, minigame, select that. We want to go back to the cache pile and set up the minigame, which is going to be the loot grab like this, right? So it's a bit off, but like, yeah, fuck it, doesn't matter. It's only a test. So we're going to grab this loot, and then after that we want to go to a location. Go to location. We'll just do behind us here. Perfect. So this should let me grab the loot, right? So this is the thing I was trying to test. Somebody said it in the comments as well, that you can't grab two lots of stuff. I don't have a bag on me, but I should ignore the flag that I don't have a bag. So yeah, that's fine. It's letting me grab the cash, and it'll just say go to the location afterwards. The only thing is if you have two of these, it tends not to work. So I'm going to try this again. So objects, and we're going to select that so it has this set. Copy properties from cache pile. Right, let's see. Yep, we want to, oh, come on, put it down somewhere. There. Override options. We need to do this again. It's so annoying. And we want to go, oops the daisies. We want to go up, and we want to go across. Now where are we? We're here. We want to go a bit more up. Look, it's fine for now. You can get that to be more accurate. Oh, align with, now it has a line with ground. Jesus. Okay, let me see if I go through this mini game. Yeah, same again, and we want to add the second part there, right? So let's do a test, because I think this is not going to work. And I think I know why. This is the problem I was having the other day. I had two sets of these in the vault, and I couldn't grab both. Yeah, that's not letting it work, right? So you can see that's doing that. Now I think I know why this is. The bag only lets you have one thing. So if I go to, I hope this works, because this is what I'm thinking anyway. Minigame. Max carried objects per player. I'm just going to put this on 5 for a minute. And I'm going to see if this works. Because if this isn't the problem, I've done so many things. I was thinking they were too close together. Nah, it still doesn't let it work. So that's the problem. I don't actually know the problem. Sorry. I thought that's what it was. The max things. Like, I can't really think of what else it would be. Is there a blocker? No. A limit? No. The bag thing. What's the bag thing called again? Like maybe I need to grab something. Maybe it's the next one. Max carried objects per player 5. Spawn a bag. Pick up a bag. See, like, there's nothing really. There's nothing really there. For the objective itself. See, like, is there anything in this? We've that. We have objective 7. No. Jumps. Nope. Spawning options. Cleanup options. It's not that, because that'll just get rid of it if we're not looking at it. Yeah, the spawn, that's fine. Blip, doesn't matter about that at the moment. There's nothing really you can do. I really thought it was the player limit. Like, you know, because the other day I couldn't do it because I had a key card on me, and then it wouldn't let me loot. And then as soon as I changed that to 2, it actually did let me loot. But this just will not let me loot at all. You can see it's for both of them. So yeah, if you have the same thing set up, it won't let you do that. I'm going to just try and change one of these with 1. Just going to do this cache pile, and I'm going to turn it into a powder pile instead. And now let's see if, because it's 2 different things, it'll let me do it. I know you can put as many like boxes that you can search and stuff up as you want. Like, I had 5 of them on one mission. So now it gives me the bag, but it doesn't do the minigame. So I'm not too sure what that is, whether they're assigned to different teams or not. But if somebody knows, can you let me know? Like, why can't I pick up both of these? You know what I mean? It's really weird that it doesn't let you do that. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to show you is the mission flags for the door again, right? So we're going to select the door again. So we want this door. The default is locked, and the alternate we'll do open again. So it's going to open when we do something. Yes, interpolate to open, right? So we'll do it like that so we can see it a bit better actually, right? So config switch options, we want mission flag 1. So when something happens, it's going to set the mission flag of 1, and the 1 mission flag will set the door to open, the alternate config. So what we want to do is grab a interactable. This is usually the way I do it. You can do anything you want. It doesn't really matter. I usually put an invisible object here. This mightn't work because the door's open. Actually, we do the door open the other way. Right, so interaction type we want to do unlock with keys. Another one I like is the lockpick. That's really cool because it's a little mini game itself. But I'm just going to do unlock with keys for now. Right, interaction consequences. Sorry, is set mission flag when complete. We want to put that at 1. We see the error disappears, and then at 1 the door opens. That's really all it is. Let me just put the position with ground, much better. And you can change up how that blip appears in blip options and visibility, but it's a lot of fiddling around there as well. So you can see when we go up to the door, we'll get a prompt to unlock the door. We'll press right, open the door, and then the door will open. So that's another way you can do that. There's a few others, like blow up a chain. So the chain, when you open it, will open the door. So if we get rid of this interactable thing, get rid of this, and we put a chain on, right? So the chain is a bit tough to do. Is it in containers? No, where is it? Obviously not. Industrial. No. Oh, yeah, it is an interactable. Valuables, bags, technology. Is it MISC? Maybe it's in MISC. It is in MISC. So chain lock. So we'll do a chain lock, right? So this is another one that's weird to put down. So I usually just put it on the ground as close as I can. Sometimes it lets you put it there, but you can see now it goes down to the ground. So what we're going to do is override position, and we're just going to bring it up and see if it'll let us put it there. Won't let us put it there, which is kind of frustrating. So we're just going to move it out a little bit until it appears like that. Now it looks a bit crap, but you can change this rotation. Let me see which way this is. That's doing it that way. Like, you can do that if you want to change the rotation, and you can like bring it down, and this takes ages. So what we want to do with this is set mission flag when complete to 1, right? So when you clear it or something like that, it should be this one, but when you clear it, the door will open. All right, so that's what we can do about that. We can set the health of the thing as invincible. We don't want that. We want the health out. I just put 1%. Now you can do this. We're going to do this on, so you can make it bulletproof. So if it's off, it means you can shoot it to open it. If it's on, it means you need to do something else. So we're going to do an explosion opens the door. All right, that's what we're going to do. So the only way to open this door is an explosion. Right, so that's what we're going to do. Health at 1%. Now another thing we need to do is change the door back, because at the moment I think we can shoot this door. No, we can't. Off. That's grand. So 1. So once we shoot the door, we're going to have, or once we shoot the lock, we're going to have the door open. But we want to do that, and we probably want to do interpolate off, because we want the door to just smack open really quickly. All right, so hopefully I have a explosive on me. Let me check. Probably don't. I do. Right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and open the door. Yeah, so I'm going to have to turn the interactable thing off. But usually when you shoot it, it's going to do that. Let me see if I can turn that off. Let me see if we go to, what is it again? It's an invisible interactable of this. So interactive, is there a none you can set? Nope. So default interaction consequences, that override options. It should be something to say you can't interact with it. So interactive type, deal with chain lock, prompt range. Let's see. No, actually, do you know what? Maybe you can't on an interactable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an object. See if this works. So that's still in a bad place. I'm going to leave it there for now. So I'm gonna do a new thing of object destroy, and we want to destroy the object. Where is the object? What's it called? Did I put it down? I did, yeah. One. Oh, it's still interactable. I'm an idiot. What was that in again? Was it industrial? No, I was in MISC, wasn't it? Chain lock there. So it won't let me put it down there, so you have to put it somewhere miles away and then literally move it over. It's so stupid. It's so finicky. You should just be able to put it where you want. Like, all I want to do is put it in at that door. Like, oh, it's really annoying. I'm just going to put it there for now, and that's where it's going to go. So now we're going to do assign objective, destroy object. Can't be selected as it is immune to. Oh, it's immune at the moment. That is health options. So we want to do 1%. Same again. We want to turn. The only thing is, it wants an explosion. So the only thing that can open this is an explosion, right? We have the interactable gone, so we can't just run up the door and press right. Object aim assist. I think this is handy. You can hold that so you can like aim at the chain, and then you can actually just shoot it, which is really handy. But at the moment we can't shoot at it. It won't open the door. But like, this is the thing. Like, I know it looks crap now, but you can move this and have it like kind of literally like at the side, and it'll look much better. So mission flag 1 is for the door to open, but we're not using a mission flag now. We're using an objective. So what we want to go down to is the door, and we want the config switch option to be switch on objective of the minigame. Of sorry, this. We're gonna have to move that because that's not gonna work. When you move stuff around, all this changes, by the way. So we're going to put alternate config there and then default for the next. We'll just keep it alternate, so it just stays open. So as soon as we blow this chain up, this door should swing open. I knew it was going to be open straight away. I need the midpoint, because basically when that objective starts. So I need the checkpoint to start at is, oops daisies, is back here on. So it's when the thing is destroyed, as far as I know. Otherwise we'll have to do the next objective. That's like the start of the next objective. So we're not there yet. We'll try and shoot the chain. Nothing happens. It won't blow it up. So if we do this and then we blow it up, the chain stayed there. Why did the chain stay there? That's really weird. It shouldn't have stayed there. It should have disappeared. Oh, I know why. This is a silly one, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna default an alternate on this. Just makes it easier. For the chain, the way it didn't disappear and the door didn't open is because the thing didn't disappear. This is how confusing this is. So on the objective object of the chain lock, we want to do cleanup options. So the cleanup trigger is, this is one we have to figure out. So we want to ignore the visibility check, which is yes, that's great. Cleanup trigger is, let's see, so starting objective, that's going to disappear straight away. So we want to do the starting objective as a minigame, and then it's going to disappear. This is how confusing it is, just to make a chain open a door, but this is what you have to go through. So I'm going to grab my thing again. You can see it's not open. It's auto aiming at it with a thing. Oh, what a shot. So now we'll blow it up. Boom. It's gone. And the door opened. So yeah, it is confusing, like, you know, and the reason why that happens is, like, the reason why it happened like that was I had that to despawn, even if I'm looking at it, at the start of objective 1, which is this. And the reason why objective 1 started is because we destroyed it. And this was just set to open at the start of objective 1, or at this strong getting blown up. So yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, the only thing I can't figure out is this here. Like, you know, why don't these work? I don't understand why they don't work. I know this is going to be a long video, but listen, we're going to go through something else. Somebody was saying can I get an actor to follow me or jump in a car with me or something like that. So yeah, you can get somebody to jump in a car with you. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go, we're going to get a new vehicle. We're just going to get this vehicle, right? So that's fine. That's the vehicle we're going to use. Now we want an actor. So we want somebody friendly. Well, you can make everybody friendly, but I'll have this lad, right? So we're going to go to, down is spawn doesn't matter. Cleanup doesn't matter at the moment. Mission flags, we might have a look at that in a minute. The relationship we want as friendly. And we want the task to follow. Is a follow path, or you can do follow. You can do follow entity. You can do follow entity, but like it might have to follow somebody else. So we'll do enter vehicle, right? So the task condition is we want on activation zone. So literally when you get near this guy, he's going to jump in the car, right? So as soon as you see this, we get an error because we don't have a task activation zone. You can set it up this way, or you can just go down to zones and you go through all these and task activation zone. So when we are within this area of this guy, he's going to get in that car. Now we still need to go back to him because he doesn't actually have a vehicle set up. So that's what we want to do. So we'll go down to the error, which is task, enter vehicle, task vehicle, requires activation zone. Yes. So now that's available. We don't want this because he needs to be looking at the car, and we don't want that. So we want the linked vehicle as the tailgater. So that's that. So he can be miles away, but because of the task activation zone is there, he'll go towards the car. So let's give this a test, and that's the way it should work. He should stay in the car, and then you can have another task activation zone, just say 5 kilometers away, that he will get out of the car and do something else. So that's that. So let's see, once we get in the area, he should get in the car. There we go. Now you can have him do whatever you want. You can have, like, we're going to drive to this place, and then once we're in the zone, he'll get back out or something like that. So that's all that is, getting in a car. If you need anything else, I know this was a really long video, but I literally went over as much as I could about the hacking and doors open and stuff like that. I'm trying to think what else I've done. Listen, I'll show you a little test mission that I'm working on. It was really good, and then the whole thing just failed on me. I don't know why. I added one more objective in and the whole thing failed, which was so frustrating. I'll go through it really quickly because this is a super long video, and if you want to see it, you can watch. I thought it was probably my best mission, Fleeca Bank solo, and I'll go through what exactly happens and why it's not working. So very, very, very frustrating. This is my longest video I've ever done on YouTube. I think he's asking for it. So hopefully, and give us a sub, will you? Because like honestly, I'll make more if I get subs. I've only got like 16 subs out of 5,000 views, so I'd love a few more. Maybe I'm boring, I don't know. So basically, we start off collect and deliver vehicles. So what we want to do, we're going to rob this bank. What we want to do is we want to take this Toreador, right? Because that's a getaway vehicle. How everything's close, because what's the point in driving for miles? So that's number one. Collect and deliver vehicle to this little square down here, facing the sea. Now, number two, collect and deliver vehicle. We want to grab a Benson van. So I have this spawning in after you drop that off. So the Benson van is just here, and these lads are just minding it. We're going to take it off their hands. We're going to deliver the Benson to here. Collect and deliver 3. This Kuruma will spawn in when you're over there. So when this spawns in, it says open the trunk. Well, it has a trunk because that's just a little joke between me. So open the trunk. So you go to the trunk and you open it, and after you open the trunk, you will get, where is it again? Interaction consequences. You'll be given a black bag, but the interactable isn't spawning at all for no reason. So we just jump in the car and we drive over to the bank. Now the next part is the most confusing part. Go to location 1. I have location 1 on the top of this roof, and I have it set to invisible and everything. You can't see it at all because I want people to be able to figure out how to get into the bank on their own without like, you know, do this, do this, do this. So that's why I have it like that. So the actual objective is go to the location, but I have all these mission flags on, like pull the lever, and then that'll make the chain spawn. So, oh no, the lockpick, the interactable lockpick thing spawn. When you finish that, it's another mission flag to get the vault to spawn, and then, you know, a few other things. And the last mission flag, I think, is mission flag 6. Let me just have a look. Consequence vehicle door. No, it's 5. So, yeah. Check team 1 objective 4 mission flag. So the last one is objective 4 mission flag limit. I know this is really confusing, but basically if you go in here and if you go to objective limit and go to mission flag limit, when you do, you can set all of them, so you have to do every single mission flag to be able to pass the objective, but I just have it at 5 because 5 is the last thing. It's literally pick up the gold in there. So we need to do the power box, crack the door, the power box turns off the cameras, crack the door, open the vault, there's another door in there, we need to burn the chain to open the door, and then we grab the loot. So that's 5 mission flags, and when 5 is done, it'll go to the next objective, collect and deliver vehicle. So this vehicle, which is parked out here as a getaway vehicle, will drive all the way. I have a wanted on for this one as well. Wanted options, I have 4-star. You can't lose them, so basically you have to get all the way over here and you can't lose the cops. I have the vehicle set to health 1000%, so it's fine. So now we need to deliver it into this Benson, and then what I have after you do that is a cutscene. The reason I have a cutscene is because when you deliver this, the car despawns, the truck despawns, this spawns in, the actor, this board spawns in, and she just drives it away. And she's going to go to the final location. And I actually have her going all the way there, but it'll take 20 minutes or something, so I have another person spawn in. Then the getaway car spawns in when you've done this. So that's the go to vehicle, go to the getaway car. Then we want to go to each location. So the location 1 is down this road, all the while getting chased by the cops. First location's here. I have this ramp spawning in at the cutscene, so you don't actually see it. These lads are spawned in, so they block the road. So then you rally off here, you go all the way down here. I have the distance set to exactly where that distance is, so these appear one after the other. These objectives, or sorry, these locations. So the next location only appears after you've gotten to the previous location. And then we want to get to here, and then it says get out of the car and blow up the car. When we blow up the car, we'll get another cutscene. Now the cutscene will bring us to the sewers. So just at the sewers, I have the 2 bikes. They used to have a blip on them, but I removed all spawning options and removed the blips because it was getting fecked up. So it's going to bring us to the sewer in here. I'm just going to put the fecking one of the blips on. Blip settings, display control options, objective. So it's off for all these. You can see that. I'm just going to put it on for, is it this one here, cutscene. So after the cutscene, we spawn down the thingy, and then we just go to the location and there's a cutscene. So I'll test it now and I'll show you where it's going wrong. It's really, really annoying. You've probably not gotten this far. If you've gotten this far in the video, give us a comment, will you? Because I can't believe people talking to me, rambling on like a bleeding muppet. So first thing I do is go to the millionaire's car. We'll just skip so much because this video is way too long. So we're going to get into the car. Alright? Get in the car, will you? Get into the car. Now, one thing you can do here is turn entity labels on. So if I look up here, there shouldn't be anything there because that interactable should only spawn halfway through the next mission. You can see them all over there at the bank. So we're going to skip to over here. So once we get in this car, that interactable is supposed to spawn. So you'll see a vehicle will spawn. So there's a vehicle spawned, 2 vehicles, but the interactable doesn't spawn. So that's a problem there. I don't know why that is. It's supposed to spawn right behind that, and you're supposed to open the thing, but you'll see there's no interactable there. It's gone. It just won't spawn. I've deleted it and added it again. I've done it from the start of the mission. It just doesn't spawn. I get the same thing as I did in the other one, where just you can press right but nothing happens. So I will get in the car, bring it to the bank, and then half the time, oh, it's actually after spawning behind, is it? No, it hasn't spawned either. So another thing is, this thing on the wall doesn't spawn either. So there's a power thing here that you need to pull, and once you pull that, this interactable here spawns and you can open the door, and then you can do all the stuff. The cameras you see are just people that don't move, and once you pull the lever, they despawn. And sometimes, honestly, it does spawn, but this doesn't spawn. So that's another thing. Then we want to do the vault thing, open the gate with the chain lock, and then grab the loot. So we're just going to skip this, and then it's going to go to that invisible location I'm talking about. So now we have the cops after us, so we need to get in the car. Now we're going to drive the car all the way over to the Benson. Now when you skip this, it kind of gets a bit weird because you're actually supposed to drive up into the Benson. But there we go, it worked. So now here's the cutscene of the car driving away, and you can see the other ones after spawning in there right beside us. So that's that. I'll get in the car. Oh yeah, lovely, get in. And I'll do a bit of driving here because this is actually really fun. You can use this. I just thought this would be a bit of fun, using this in the mission. The vehicle has 1000% health, so it's actually fine to shoot stuff, and it makes for a good chase. Just gonna constantly hold it. Yeah, that like it'd be such a good mission if it worked, but it's just feck now. So we're gonna destroy all these. Oops, daisies. He's out of the way. He's out of the way. He's out of the way, and there's a roadblock, so we are going to fly off here. And we're going to go into submarine mode. And then I did have one chase units of boats chasing you because it's too easy to get away from them in the water. But we're just going to skip all this, and we're going to go to the sewer. So sometimes it spawns me underneath one of them, which is really weird. So I think this would be a good mission. All the while this is happening, which is actually so funny, that person in the Benson is actually driving to the final location, and it would take about 20 minutes for them to get there. But they're still going there constantly, and I'll show you what I mean by they're still driving there in a second once we do the cutscene at the sewer. So we're at the thing, destroy the vehicle. There we go. I think it's just destroy it. I don't think I have to destroy it, do I? Yeah, now it's destroyed. And now after it's destroyed, it does this little cutscene. I'll turn the entity labels off, you don't need them anymore. And it spawns us in the sewer. So I think I put the blip on for one of the bikes. There's two bikes there in case you want to do it with me. So one of the blips is on for the bike. Actually, I'll show you the entity. This is so funny. The entity labels are on, and we should be able to see. Where is he? Which way should I? Oh wait, what's that? No, that's just the vehicles. Oh, do you know? I've probably turned it off. I've probably made it despawn because I was trying to get everything to make it work. A great thing about this as well is I've timed the losing the cops part to be like right as you leave the tunnel, so it's a handy one. I have stunt driving on, and I have you can't fall off a motorbike. But I figured out you can. If you go upside down and land on your arse, you fall off a motorbike. So just don't, if you have that on, just make sure you don't land on your arse. So it's just escape from the tunnels or to freedom. And then I had to Google the name of this. I thought it was like a riverbed, a concrete riverbed or something like that, but apparently this is called a spillway. We don't have these in Ireland. We don't get that much rain or anything like that. We get a bit, but we can deal with it because we have soft land. But it's like, yeah, leave the tunnel and go down the spillway. So, oh wait, there is the vehicle. Look, they're still driving. I don't know where they are. Vehicle 8 with actor in it. So that's that person still driving or wherever they are. I put a ramp here for the absolute crack, and people usually just drive normally, so they'll just make it over. But you can do the old wheelie thing to go really far. And if you don't have the driving thing on, you can land that ground. So there's an actor activation zone there that makes this Benson drive into the location, and this person is just supposed to go there and stop up. I don't know where now they go. So yeah, when you get to there, you finish the mission. I'm kind of curious to see where this vehicle 8 is going. I wish I could see on the map where they are. They started off here, so they're probably driving all the way down here to here. But I think that's kind of cool that they continue doing the mission all the way. But yeah, that's this one, and it's such a pity that it broke, because I actually did it properly once and it worked, and now it's not. So like, if you just want anything, please give us a subscribe and ask me for something else. Thank you. Bye bye.